Center here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Moments away from tip-off in the Division I Class A final. But first, let's send it over to public address announcer John Rice.
Saturday afternoon, 3:30. And that means one thing, the Class A title game is now. The starting lineup for today's championship game for Loretto. At forward, number 14, Jacob James. The point guard for Douglas High School, number 3, Antavius Buford. At guard for the Mustangs, number 20, Will McBee. At guard for the Red Devils, number 4, Devin Payne. In the backcourt for Loretto, 32, Jacob Hallmark. And forward for Douglas, number 5, Jamari Crawford. At guard for the Mustangs, number 40, Ryan Weathers. At forward for Douglas, 14, Martico Washington. And the center for Loretto, number 50, Kirkland Surratt. At guard for the Red Devils, 22, Jordan Smith. The head coach for Loretto High School is Greg Tips. The Mustangs are now 28-5. The head coach for Loretto High School.
Just moments away from tip-off, but first, let's send it over to the third member of our crew, Madison Blevins.
Yeah, Ryan. Well, Ryan Weathers is somebody that has led this state tournament run for Loretto, and he credits basketball as his first love, but, you know, he's also a kid that grew up in the dugout. His father, David Weathers, spent 19 years as a pitcher in the major leagues, and you know, Ryan's done a pretty good job following in his footsteps. He's committed and signed to Vanderbilt, and a lot of people also say that he might be a top 10 draft pick in this summer's MLB draft, but he said he wasn't really focused on baseball right now, that he just wanted another shot at the Murphy Center with his teammates that he said he's been playing with since the 4th grade. Jake.
Thank you, Madison. And Loretto looking for their first state title in boys basketball in their school's history. Their 4th appearance in this tournament. They've made it 3 out of the last 4 years of Douglas, making their first tournament appearance in school history. Drive and a block. Loretto staying with it. And that's Will McBee. Couldn't get the layup to go. Douglas is going to want to get out in transition quickly, and defensively, Vince, they are going to put the pressure on Loretto the entire game, all 32 minutes.
They definitely are. Loretto's going to make sure that they have to have defensive balance every shot up, making sure somebody, either 1 or 2 guys, are back ready to stop the break.
Devin Payne's 3 is off. Transition for Loretto. And Loretto strikes first. Kirkland Surratt, the big fella, all 6'7" of him.
Great game plan there by Loretto, getting the ball inside early.
Douglas with a response. Jordan Smith knocks down the 3.
One of the most dangerous shooters on the court. You're going to have to make sure that somebody knows where Mr. Smith is all night.
Smith had 15 points against North Green yesterday. 3 ball in the corner. Weathers' 3 is too hard off the iron, but a big offensive rebound.
We got Douglas out in a 3-2 zone. Difficult to rebound outside of it, so they're going to have to make sure everybody puts a body on someone.
McBee's 3 is off, but the rebound is up and good for Jacob James. Rebounding going to be a big factor in today's game. Another 3 ball on the way from Douglas. This time, Antavius Buford is off the mark. And here come the Mustangs in transition. Only really play 7 players, at least the last 2 games. So a lot of minutes.
Right now, Loretto's doing an excellent job of controlling the tempo. They don't want to get into a running match with Douglas. So they're going to make sure that they get the ball inside to their big guys, work it around, and try to get open shot.
Quick turnover for Douglas. Buford in transition, pulls up. Too strong, ball batted around, and it'll go the Mustangs' way. Douglas forced 31 turnovers in the semifinal game against North Green, and that was a huge reason for them pulling away late in the second half, as you see there. Starting lineup for Loretto: Jacob James, Will McBee, Jacob Hallmark, Ryan Weathers, Kirkland Surratt. A lot of height on this Loretto starting five. Everybody over 6 foot.
Douglas just extended their pressure full court man-to-man, able to first force a quick shot.
White finishes in trap. Excuse me, Jordan Smith.
Quick transition points. Loretto's going to have to make sure that they have somebody back so they watch the leak out.
A lot of contact underneath. Kirkland Surratt can't handle it. Now here comes Douglas in transition. Nice left hand by Martico Washington.
Excellent move. Got coast to coast. Nobody stops him, attacks the basket, puts it in easy.
Here we are, just a few minutes in, and we've already got the track meet I thought we were going to get. Weathers for three. Too strong. Another offensive rebound for Loretto. Another three ball. Too strong. Rebound by Washington, and here comes Douglas. Payne's three-pointer is short. Vince, you and I were talking before the game, the amount of shots that Douglas is going to take in this game. They outshot North Green in the semifinal 60-32 in field goal attempts.
You're not going to see a lot of possessions with over 2 passes in them. They're going to push the ball up, get it down court as quickly as possible, and try to find a decent shot. Doesn't have to be a great shot. They're taking first available shot.
Weathers swatted on the baseline. That'll go out of bounds towards the Red Devils. And the Red Devils, with 4:10 to go in the first, are out and running. We're going to take a quick break here on the NFHS Network. Stay with us. We've got a good one going on in Murfreesboro, the Class A Division I final.
There you are, Joe. Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
The Bobby Bone Show. Everybody's a little different, but we're all longtime friends.
That's awesome.
Stop that.
Listen to the Bobby Bone Show on Nashville's #1 for new country, the Big 98.
Right now at Steak and Shake, pick any 2 items for just $3. The Swiss and Mushroom Steak Burger, Smoky Barbecue Steak Burger, Spicy Chipotle Steak Burger, or a big order of fries. Made fresh to order. Pick 2, pay $3. Better burgers, better prices.
Need a car but living on a fixed income? We can finance you. Get a disability check? Approved. Get a Social Security check? Approved. Financing guaranteed with a down payment on the vehicle of your choice. The Wood Motor Company, 615-860-3825. WoodMotorCompany.com.
The Bobby Bone Show. Everybody's a little different, but we're all longtime friends.
That's awesome.
Stop that.
Listen to the Bobby Bone Show on Nashville's #1 for new country, the Big 98.
Well, welcome back to the Murphy Center, where Douglas leads Loretto 7-4 here in the Division I Class A Blue Cross Championships. Loretto struck first, but they have been scoreless the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And Douglas with a 3-point lead. Let's get a quick look at our starting five for the Douglas Red Devils. But first, there's a quick look at how they got here. Knocked off Clay County 70-67. And a big win in the semifinal yesterday over North Green. Get the starting five to you here in just a second as Loretto goes back to their zone. And there's our first foul of the day halfway through the first quarter.
Washington doing a good job of catching the ball 2 feet inside the paint, making a solid move, getting the big guy off his feet, and he had a little help with McBee reaching in.
McBee called for the first whistle. And free throw knocked down by Martico Washington.
Looks like Douglas is setting up some new type of press right now. Coach called it in. We'll see what it looks like.
I say we talked during the timeout. We really haven't seen Douglas with their full court pressure just yet here in the first.
It's almost as if they're trying a few different approaches. They've pressed one time. They've not pressed. They're just trying to see what's Loretto's game plan.
Douglas has its largest lead at 9-4. Swatted away by Washington. What a rejection. Douglas in transition. Quick three. Short. And a rebound to Ryan Weathers. Another 3-ball on the way.
Loretto's going to have to do a better job of focusing and getting the ball inside where they have a clear size advantage.
And we're going to have a jump ball in the far corner as Kirkland Surratt, the big fella, got caught up on the opposite side of the floor, and Douglas will take over possession as there's the starting 5 for the Red Devils. Buford, Payne, Crawford, Washington, and Smith, the starting 5 that has been the starting 5 for Greg Williams throughout this state tournament. And another 3-ball put up and missed by Douglas, but another offense.
Made good by.
For some points there. 8 from the floor. Surratt through traffic. He finishes.
Exactly what Loretto has to do. Get the ball inside. They went high-low, got it to the free throw line. Surratt with the big.
Most notably, Ryan definitely want to. White drives, underhand, short. But another offensive rebound for big defensive rebound. Mustangs. Weathers. Nice finish from the big lefty.
Excellent athletic move. We saw the guy come at him full speed, slow down, hit the brakes a little bit, easy finish.
Douglas trying to get in a track meet and it's going against Washington, his first. And here's a
excellent defense here by Surratt. Shoots it right into his hands. Big guy straight up, both hands extended to the ceiling. Great no call.
And we talked about the lack of depth on Loretto's bench. They really only play 7 players. So foul trouble for the big fella especially is going to have to be something that we keep an eye on throughout this game.
They are. I think the coach is doing a good job of staying in zone and keeping him in the middle. He does. If you watch him, he doesn't really venture too much outside of the paint. There's always a guy right there in the front, one guy right there in the back, and it's usually Surratt.
Douglas picks up full court, and it's thrown away. And a turnover for turnover, as things are getting a little sloppy here in the first quarter. Douglas with a 1-point lead, 9-8. First turnover for the Red Devils.
I think both teams still have to get the pre-nervous jitters out, and once they do, I think we're going to settle in and have us a good ball game.
Sophomore Amari Young is checked in for the Mustangs, and that one is thrown away off the hands of Surratt. Dare I say a fastball.
Excellent penetration.
Ryan Weathers.
From Weathers.
And here's the look for the road of the Mustangs. Knocked off Monterey yesterday in a hard-fought battle in the semifinal. And a classic in the quarterfinals. They knocked off Columbia Academy 70-69. Deep 3. Short. But another offensive rebound almost, as the Mustangs will take over possession.
Nico did a good job getting on there on the inside and trying to get his hands on the ball there. Just too much size there.
Douglas now 1 for 7 from deep, as Toby Glass, the 6'2" sophomore, is checked in for the first time for the Mustangs. More pressure from Douglas. And Hallmark is going to be fouled. That's one thing about Douglas, not afraid to foul a lot. As we mentioned, they will run anywhere from 10 to 12 players out on the floor.
And that's one of the luxuries of having a team out of Memphis. They have so many good athletes, quickness, length, that you can almost have players that are interchangeable when they're coming in and out of the game.
James picks up his first foul.
Douglas here is extending their defense. They're still in a zone, still in a 3-2 zone, but they're taking 2 steps outside the three-point line, applying a little bit more pressure because of the shots.
Under a minute and a half to go here in the first. 1-point ball game for Douglas. Weathers drives. Pull up baseline for McBee, gets it home.
Beautiful pump fake there from McBee. One dribble jump shot, elevates, perfect shot.
Now 1 for 7 from the floor is Will McBee. He had 17 points against Monterey as the 3-ball from Newbeck is way off. Jacob James to inbound. Loretto definitely wants to try and keep it out of the corner on the track. Nice pass to McBee. Beautiful pass from Toby Glass.
Excellent ball. Sideline, getting the ball into the middle. Another guy on the sideline, easy layup.
Loretto has their largest lead, 12-9. Another deep 3. This misses everything again. Keontae Young pulled the trigger from about 25 feet when he shot it about 27 feet. 30 seconds to go.
Douglas is going to have to do a better job of finding a good shot. If they're going to stay in this game with the defense, the size differential, then they're going to have to work the ball around and take a better shot.
Loretto on an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes as Young throws it away, but here comes Surratt. Now Weathers, corner 3. Short. Another offensive rebound for Loretto. 3-ball for McBee. Pure.
Excellent inside out. 17th rebound overall. 8th offensive rebound for Loretto. Second chance opportunities. Douglas has to make sure that they get to.
Another missed 3 for Douglas. And Loretto is on an 11-0 run. They have a 6-point lead heading into the second quarter. Capped off by the 3-ball from the senior, Will McBee, from deep.
We're here.
Woo! Right here.
We're here. Where's Jack?
We're so happy you're here.
Being here matters. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield has thousands of people right here in Tennessee serving millions of members.
If you need anything else, we'll be right here.
So when it matters, wherever you go, we'll always be right here.
Man alive.
It's time to go back to the 80s.
It's about the music, giant hair, and glitter cannons.
Oh, God. It's time for the Goldbergs.
Monday at 6 on CW58.
How did I get here?
While other mothers were cooking dinner, you were cooking meth.
Otherwise known as working.
Mom, weeknights at 6:30 on CW58.
With John Carey from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. John, thanks so much for joining us. How long has the Blue Cross been an active sponsor here at the TSSAA State Championship Games?
2018 makes our 8th year to be a title sponsor with the basketball. We've been involved with the TSSAA since 2000.
What made Blue Cross want to be an active sponsor here at the games?
It's just a great atmosphere to be in and see these young people
What are some of those positive effects you have seen around this atmosphere with Blue Cross sponsoring?
Sports in general just offer so many different life lessons for young people, leadership, commitment, teamwork, and that just kind of fits in well with us.
Well, thanks, Sean.
Young for three as Douglas has switched to a zone. Big hustle from the sophomore.
21st rebound, 9th overall offensive rebound. If Douglas wants to contain this team, they have to make sure that they limit their shots. Their size differential is too great for them to allow them second and third opportunities at the basket, and it's going to bite them at the end.
Both teams struggling a little bit offensively. Loretto figured out a little bit more towards the end of the first quarter as Surratt is called for the foul, but Douglas shooting just 18% from the floor. They are 3 of 17 from the floor, 1 of 10 from deep. Drive by Payne, and he's fouled.
Loretto did not do a good job of containing the penetration right there. They allowed them to get all the way to their second line of defense where the big guys are there and vulnerable to the attack.
And a very key second foul charged against Kirkland Surratt. As Devin Payne knocks down the first free throw.
Looks like coach is going to go with a little bit smaller of a lineup and see if they have a change of the defense or if they just move another guy into the middle and stay with the 2-3.
Second one is pure for Payne. A little bit of a different look here coming out of the made free throw for Douglas.
Douglas has come out in the 1-2-1-1 trap press now, trying to see which point of their presses works best for them. Haven't been able to speed Loretto out of their pace yet, and that's why they're still searching for which defense is best.
And Weather's still searching for his first three-pointer. He's now 0 for 4 from deep. Ball batted around and tipped in by Jamari Crawford.
Great second effort there by Crawford. Followed the penetration, ready to be there for his teammate.
Crawford had 9 points and 5 boards in the semifinal game. Only played 9 minutes in the semifinal against North Green.
These guys are going to score the ball.
And foul on the baseline. Here's a second look at the tip from Jamari Crawford. Skies up. Nice touch around the rim. Second foul against Washington. That'll be the third team foul against Douglas. He thought about it as Douglas goes to a zone. 3 ball. Too strong. Offensive rebound again for Loretto. And another offensive rebound. This time it's Jacob James with a putback.
Douglas cannot allow that. The big guy is out of the game. Now they have guys that are attacking the basket, getting offensive rebounds.
4-point lead for Loretto. Here comes Weathers. Has it stripped, stays with it. Now taken away by Douglas. Here come the Red Devils. 1-on-4. Swatted away. Rejected by James. And another turnover going the way of the Red Devils. And let's take a second look at that big rejection.
It's going to be really difficult for Douglas to judge the length of these guys. They're not used to going against it in practice as they're a big size differential. So their floaters are going to be a little bit shorter, and they're going to have to make the adjustment to get it over the top of these guys.
James had 2 blocks in the semifinal game against Cambridge Academy. Had 3 against Monterey yesterday. Nice cut and finish.
Excellent play there by Douglas. Caught the ball in the middle. The play wasn't over. Continued to cut through. Was able to find him on a kind of give and go and easy layup.
Crawford able to finish. He's got 4. McBee from deep. Will McBee's got a couple of triples. And Loretto with a 5-point lead.
Excellent ball movement to find the guy with the hot hand, McBee.
McBee now with 10 points. 4 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 5 from deep. Baseline jumper too strong. And here come the Mustangs. And that's going to be a foul against Douglas. That's going to go against Buford, his first. And that is going to be the 4th team foul against Douglas. 4:53 to go here in the second. Loretto has come back. They lead by 5, 20-15. Stay with us on the NFHS Network.
There you are, Joe. Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir.
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Studios with our free summer safety camp. Class sizes are limited, so call now.
Well, welcome back to the Murphy Center. And guys, Loretto's head coach, Greg Tips, is no stranger to the feeling of competing for a state championship. However, he is when it comes to being on the guys' side of the bracket. He was a head coach for 15 years on the girls' side. He spent most of those years with Loretto's, and he brought them to a state championship in 2011, 2012, and 2014. And in the past 2 years, he led Dixon County's girls to a state championship game in 2016 and 17. And, you know, it's pretty impressive that it's his first time on the guys' side, and he's already back at a state championship game. Jake.
Thank you, Madison. Weathers for 3. That's short. The big guy is 0 for 6 from deep, but Loretto with their 12th offensive rebound. And another turnover as Toby Glass airmails the pass. That's going to be the 9th turnover already for Loretto. They had 9 turnovers in the semifinal game, 8 yesterday. So already matching that total in the last 2 games.
Loretto comes out in a box and 1, almost daring the guys to shoot, packing it in, making them attack the basket, not allowing them to play to their strength, which is attacking and getting easy close shots.
Jacob James, the rim protector for the Mustangs. Let's get a second look at that. No chance for Jordan Smith on the drive. And Loretto is going to take a 30-second timeout. Mentioned head coach Greg Tips spent some time with the Dixon County girls. Was the head coach for the Loretto girls basketball team prior to that. Has come back home to Loretto, where he says that he just felt comfortable. Said he would never take another girls basketball job when he left Dixon County. But when the Loretto boys job opened up, he couldn't turn it down.
He has a good-looking group of guys here. Great size, good guys to go to the future with, and I understand why he took the job there, Loretto.
High school sports fans never become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSNetwork.com. High school happens here. Loretto with a 5-point lead, 4:20 to go here in the first half. They lead the Red Devils of Douglas. Both of these teams looking for their first state championships in boys basketball.
Excellent call there. A little bit too much contact on the drive.
15 foul against Douglas. That's going to be the second against Buford. As Michael James, who we mentioned in the open, sharpshooter for Douglas, checks back in.
Douglas is still in the 2-3 zone, allowing penetration to the gaps. They have to make sure that they're playing more of a one-on-one style than just playing a zone.
6 times the charm for Ryan Weathers. He knocks down the big 3 ball. And Loretto up 8.
The thing that I love about Withers is that was his first shot that he made, but you couldn't tell by the preparation that he takes into getting into every single shot. Every time it looks like he's about to pull it up, and that's the mark of a good shooter and good player.
Weathers has 5. 2 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 6 from deep. Under 4 to go.
Douglas is kind of backing off the pressure. I think they're kind of realizing that this team is maybe a little bit too good to try to extend and turn over so much.
Young, the sophomore. And Jordan Smith is going to be called for a foul about 30 feet away from the bucket. It's going to be his first and the 6th charge to the Red Devils.
Douglas has come out in their man-to-man defense now, looking to make some changes, looking to speed these guys up and not let them get so many good outside looks.
Thomas Gilmore has checked in for Douglas, seeing his first minutes today. Weathers in traffic, loses it, and Loretto throws it away yet again. And it's going to be the 10th turnover charged to the Mustangs.
Loretto has to calm down and just run their offense. There wasn't an extreme amount of pressure there, but they have to just calm down and relax and play the game.
Loretto back to a 2-3. Kind of begging Douglas to shoot at this point.
They are. They're packing it in, and it's more not allowing for the penetration, because everybody's first step, as you can see, is lightning fast. So you have to make sure that they can't get by you and get easy open shots.
And the rare 3 seconds call will go against Douglas, and that's just their 2nd turnover. Hallmark breaks the press himself. Nice touch with the left hand from Jacob James. James had himself a ball game.
Looked like Newbeck lost a defender for a second. By the time he found him, he was in scoring position.
Just a second 3, knocked down by Douglas. That's Devin Payne. 25-18, 2.5 to go. And Hallmark is going to be charged with a travel. That's 11 turnovers for Loretto.
Here's where the pressure starts to take effect. Near the end of the quarter, your legs are a little bit tired, your mind is a little bit tired, and then these guys are full of energy because of the substitution pattern they have.
White thought about it.
As we see Young guarding White out to the M at the MTSU logo.
Another 3 ball on the way, this time from the corner is short. Loretto in transition. Weathers wide open. Count the bucket.
Excellent basketball there from Loretto. Pass, no dribble, easy layup on the other side. Way to run the floor, big Weathers. Easy left hand there over the outstretched hand.
Mustangs beating the Red Devils at their own game, getting out in transition as Weathers finishes at the rim. Goaltending was called against Thomas Gilmore. He'll take a seat. Under 2 to go. 9-point lead for Loretto, 27-18.
Loretto's come out now in a triangle and 2 to take away the shooter on the outside and live with the results of everybody else.
3 ball is short, and another rebound for Jacob James. He's got 9 rebounds here in the first half. Weathers pulls the trigger. Got it. 12-point lead for the Mustangs. Smith drives, he's fouled. Count the bucket. Nice response from Jordan Smith.
Excellent response there from Mr. Smith. Kind of quieted the crowd down a little bit. Old-fashioned 3-point play. Taking it hard to the basket, drawing the foul.
Weathers knocks down his second 3-pointer of the night. He's hit 2 in a row. And the lefty, we know he's going to be pitching next year for Tim Corbin, but be a D&3 guy maybe at the next level.
Could be. Nice looking jump shot. Once he gets it going, he's got it going. Steps in with confidence and shoots it well.
Pretty sure Coach Corbs would have none of that, as the free throw is off the back iron.
Not from a potential top 10 pick. You got to have him on your squad.
Certainly has a bright future ahead of him on the diamond, but he says basketball is his first love. Young, left side. Weathers loses it, drops it off for James. moves, and he finishes at the rim.
Excellent assist by Weathers. Made a great move, had his defender fall down, found his big fellow in a perfect position. Easy two.
The pitcher is fleet of foot, and Loretto's lead is back to a dozen. 32-20, matches their largest lead. 40 to go. 3-ball on the way for Douglas. In and out.
At this point, Loretto's not even guarding their three-point shooters. They're allowing them to shoot and boxing out, trying to get the rebound. That time, they got the second bounce and were able to put it in.
Terrence Chalmera follows his shot. Lead back to 10 for the Mustangs. Young, the sophomore, drives. Can't get the roll.
Difficult shot. Attacking the basket, trying to finish with the right hand.
Corner three. Short. Turnover. 5 to go. Loose ball. Hallmark throws it around. Now Douglas has it. Did Douglas get the timeout called in time? Jason Deering, the referee, looked like he was going to give the timeout to Douglas, but that is going to be halftime. And the Mustangs of Loretto with a 10-point lead over Douglas after 16. And let's send it over to Madison Blevins.
Coach, your team had 11 turnovers in that first half. How are they speeding up your offense?
Just the most athletic team we faced all year. You know, we said coming in, if we could have 20 or less, we would have a chance. We got to get our big kid back in. If we can take care of the ball, I like our chances.
Your team is out-rebounding them 33-10. What does that say about your team's first half physicality?
You know, I think we have to do that. If we don't do that, the score is reversed. Proud of the guys. They're missing a lot of shots, which is giving us a chance to rebound it, and we just got to keep it up.
All right, Coach, good luck. Jake, back to you.
Thank you, Madison. He talked about rebounding, and Loretto leads rebounding 34-11. They lead by 10 on the scoreboard. Come back with us for halftime. Welcome back to the Murphy Center here on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, the Division I Class A state final. And Loretto has a 10-point lead over Douglas, 32-22. Alongside Vince Yarborough, I'm Jake Rose. And Vince, we knew this game was going to be a track meet. I don't think we knew it was going to be this big of a momentum shift towards Loretto, though. We thought that would really favor Douglas, but it hasn't.
We did. The speed of the game we thought would definitely favor Douglas. They get up and down the court. They hit three-pointer after three-pointer. Just hasn't happened. Loretto has come out and established their inside game, and then it's allowed their outside game to flourish with Weathers stepping up, knocking three-pointers down, and then their big guy just filling the role of a big guy, just being big, blocking shots, rebounding, and they're leading the rebounding more.
All right, let's take a quick look at our first half highlights. McBee struggled a little bit at first from the floor, but knocks down the baseline jumper. And finishes at the rim right there.
McBee was kind of their catalyst. He got him going with the early three-pointer, able to set his feet up when they were back in the zone, and then that kind of got Loretto off and rolling.
And that was that big three-pointer from the top of the key right there from McBee that really sparked that offense for Loretto. Weathers struggled from the floor. Took him 6 shots from behind the arc to finally knock down 1, but he ended up with 10 first-half points alongside McBee. And Douglas has just really struggled from the offensive end, shooting just 25% offensively. But Loretto's defense has been fantastic on the other end.
It has. They're playing their zone. They know where the scoring is coming from, and they're all packing it in, making sure they're taking outside shots and easy box outs because all those guys are right there up under the basket. They just have to kind of build a wall and then keep Douglas from entering, and they have the rebound.
You saw Jordan Smith knock down that three-pointer from the wing over there during the highlight. But 2 of 15 from three-point range is Douglas. They rely very heavily on the three-point ball for their offense. What do they need to do in the second half to fix that?
They're going to have to apply more pressure full court. Like, it's going to have to be an all-out onslaught and lay it all on the line for these last 2 quarters. If they don't do that, they don't have a chance to get back into the game the way that Loretto's playing with the size differential and the way that they can shoot the ball from the outside.
Those are the halftime stats presented by Regions. Let's send it over to Madison Blevins, who's with Greg Williams.
Coach, your team just shot 25% from the field in that first half. What did you tell them at halftime to keep their offensive confidence up?
Well, we got to stop shooting so many shots. The shots going to come on, but we got to work the ball to the inside. We get it to the inside, the shots will start falling. We've been a decent shooting team all the year, so we're not rattled about it at this point. So my guys going to keep on playing ball the way we play.
Your team was out-rebounded 34-11 in that first half. Loretto has 13 offensive rebounds. How do you stop them on the glass?
Well, my bigs got to accept their responsibilities, and I think we've made that adjustment. I think we'll be all right.
All right, Coach, good luck. Jake.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Williams. His Red Devils trail 32-22 at halftime. Second half action from the Murphy Center coming up right here on the NFHS Network.
There you are, Joe. Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
The Bobby Bone Show. Everybody's a little different, but we're all longtime friends.
That's awesome.
Stop that.
Listen to the Bobby Bone Show on Nashville's #1 for new country, the Big 98.
Corporate bullies who choose profits over people often target America's most vulnerable workers. When they do, we all pay the price. If you've been denied a job, harassed, paid less, or even fired because of your health, sex, age, race, or religion, call us. Our team of employment lawyers fights to recover compensation for discriminated employees. You don't owe us a fee unless we're successful for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The Bobby Bone Show. Everybody's a little different, but we're all longtime friends.
That's awesome.
Stop that.
Listen to the Bobby Bone Show on Nashville's #1 for new country, the Big 98.
Welcome back to the Glass House, the historic Murphy Center here on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University here in Murfreesboro for the Division I Class A Blue Cross State Championships, boys basketball. Loretto with a 10-point lead over Douglas, Frederick Douglass High School in Memphis, 32-22 alongside Vincent Yarbrough and Madison Blevins. I'm Jake Rose. Thank you for tuning in to the NFHS Network in this March Madness Championship Saturday. 3-ball on the way for Douglas. And that's what they're going to need more of to start this second half if they want to get back into this one, as Antavius Buford knocks down the 3-ball.
Just like their coach said, they're not worried about not shooting the ball well in the first half. They know that their hustle and tenacity is going to get them back into the game. And here we see the first step.
And another quick turnover forced by the Red Devils. Almost ended up in a 3-point play.
Press working. They got a double team here. Excellent hands. Finds his teammate. Takes the contact on the line for 2. Should have been a 3-point play.
Hallmark turned it over, and he's charged with a foul. That's going to be his first, team first. As Jordan Smith rattles home the first. 13 turnovers for Loretto.
You can just see Douglas has come out with a different focus. They know that this is the end of the season. They know how much this game means to them, how much it means to their school, having been the first one, and they're just not about to let it go away like that.
Normally you see a team that has 12 or 13 first half turnovers. You figured, hey, they've got to be down. As there's going to be a timeout called by the Mustangs. Didn't want to get the 5-second call. And we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll finish the thought when we come back. 7:32 to go in the third. Loretto up 5, 32-27. Stay with us on the NFHS Network.
There you are, Joe. Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
Stop chasing bad credit. We have a bank that may be able to help.
Go to universalkia.com or franklinkia.com now and apply for credit pre-approval.
There's no pressure here.
They got me approved. universalkia.com, franklinkia.com.
We know you have lots of choices for college. At South College, we'd like to be yours. With more than 50 career paths to choose from, either on campus or online. At South College, we provide the direction students need to bring dreams within reach. Special opportunities exist through the Tennessee Promise, the Hope Scholarship, and the Yellow Ribbon Program. Isn't it time you knew more? South College, where dreams find direction.
Credit problems making you mad? We have a bank that may be able to help. Go to universalkia.com or franklinkia.com now and apply for credit pre-approval. There was no stress. universalkia.com, franklinkia.com.
Douglas has scored 5 points in the first 28 seconds of the start of the second half. They've cut the lead in half. They trail by 5. Loretto, 1 possession, 1 foul.
Like I said, the focus is just different. The coach went in and he told them how much this game means to them, how much it means to their life, their school, and they've come out and they're putting together a much better effort in the beginning of the second half.
And Mustangs head coach Greg Tipps put an end to that real quick, calling a quick timeout as Surratt airmails it our way. And the Mustangs going to be bailed out by a foul call. Looks like this one is going to go against Devin Payne. That'll be the first team foul in the second half against the Red Devils. First foul against Payne.
Loretto did a much better job of handling the pressure that time. They need to keep the ball more in the middle of the court and try to attack that way.
Pressure 45 feet away by Douglas. McBee drives, throws it up, can't finish, but Surratt is there, goes up with the left hand. He can't finish, gets his own rebound. He's fouled on the ground, no bucket.
2 second chance opportunities in a row, something bad is going to happen. Either he's going to go to the free throw line, he's going to draw a foul, but you can't afford that right now for Frederick Douglass. Making a push to get back into the game, 5 down, we have to come up with that box out.
Quick 3 on the inbounds pass from McBee. McBee for 3 again. He's knocked down 3. He leads all scorers with 13. Free ball in the corner from Douglas, no good. Nice hustle from Smith, couldn't make the play, throwing the ball off of Hallmark's legs. And Loretto will take over with just under 7 to go here in the third.
Loretto's still sitting back in their zone, waiting for them to make a push. They're okay with them making 1 or 2 outside shots, but they're going to have to prove consistently for the rest of the game that they can knock that shot down.
Washington's going to pick up his 3rd foul, literally 90 feet away from the Loretto bucket. He will take a seat. 3rd team foul for Douglas.
Douglas here is extending this 2-1-2 pressure, trapping, run and jump. They have to change the tempo to get back into the game.
Dangerous pass, throwing underneath your own bucket. Hallmark drives, goes up with the left hand. He's going to be fouled, and the senior will shoot 2.
Douglas has come out into a man-to-man, but they have to make sure they have the help side covered and they have somebody on the backside that can anchor the defense.
It's going to be the 4th team foul against Douglas. First foul against Crawford. Hallmark hits the first. Look at his numbers from the first 2 games of the state tournament. 17 total points. There's the 18th. 10-point game for Loretto.
Loretto comes out now in more of a amoeba-style defense. They're controlling the perimeter guys with the top 3 guys, and the bottom 2 guys are staying inside to control the rebounding.
Offensive rebound for Douglas. They almost turn it over as soon as they get it back, and they do. 3rd turnover, just the 3rd turnover for Douglas. Kind of surprising for as helter-skelter as they've been playing offensively.
They are. They're getting up and down the court, but they're under a lot better control than I anticipated them being.
McBee, hounded, finally gets across half court. Weathers drives baseline. Surratt loses it in the paint.
Just look at the discipline that Loretto's playing with. Any one of those guys could have taken the shot, but they pass the ball around, and they get the ball to McBee, who drilled the three-pointer.
Bit of a heat check for McBee. Short on the deep three-point attempt. Buford, Payne, Crawford, Smith, Newbeck, the 5 on the floor for the Red Devils. James, McBee, Hallmark, Weathers, and Surratt. 5 on the floor for the Mustangs. Nice touch around the rim is Newbeck, and he's on the board. Jock Newbeck.
It's an excellent play there from Douglas. They come out, they set a screen on the post guy, so it takes him off the defense. Run a guy around, he catches it easy in the paint. Easy elevation to score.
Another forced turnover. And Loretto will take over underneath their own bucket. 5:19 to go. 14 turnovers for Loretto. You have to think eventually that's going to catch up with it.
The coach says they want to keep it under 20. If they have it under 20, they have a chance to win. And right now they're inching close to that mark, and anything happens after that.
Another offensive rebound, another three-point attempt, and another offensive rebound. Newbeck misses. And here come the Mustangs. The big fella behind the back loses it. McBee Johnny on the spot. And Jacob James is going to be fouled. Another offensive rebound for Loretto.
Another second chance opportunity. Like going down the stretch, these are the things that are also going to hurt. You have to continue to box out. You have to make the extra effort, especially going down the third, the fourth quarter. You can't have these small mistakes.
James already has a dozen rebounds. To go along with 9 points. He's a free throw away from having a double-double here in the third. Newbeck picks up his first. Be the 15th foul against Douglas. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the third. And that's it. There's a double-double for Jacob James.
Douglas is going to have to get back to attacking the basket. When they cut the lead to 5 coming into the second half, they were attacking the basket. They were pressing. They can't rely on the outside shot over lengthy defenders.
Free ball. Got it. Octavius Buford knocks down another 3. That's his second.
As I say, you can't depend on it.
Another turnover. Newbeck drives. He's going to be fouled. Nice job by the officials to kind of break that up before that turned into.
Here's where the effectiveness of using the 10 to 11 player rotation comes into play. They're at full speed. Loretto's taking a little step back because of being a little bit tired. Now we'll see the effects of the pressure. Small mistakes will turn into big things.
James is going to be charged with the foul. That's his first as Newbeck knocks down the free throw. 6-point lead for Loretto. Jacob Hallmark checks back in.
The coach from Loretto has to make sure he has a solid enough ball handler to get the ball up the court. May have to see them with a reduction of size in order to handle the pressure going down in the fourth quarter.
All right, 4:31 to go as a timeout is called on the floor by the Douglas Red Devils. They trail by 5, 39-34 here in the Division I Class A Blue Cross State Championships here at the Murphy Center. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via our mobile website. Log on to nfhsnetwork.com from your smartphone or tablet and view the live games or replays from anywhere. I know my dad and grandpa are watching back home in Indianapolis on the NFHS Network. People all over the country, I hope, are watching.
It's big time, man. to be able to tune in and watch high school basketball on TV, that was something unheard of back in my day. So, and any outlet to allow these kids to be seen, to have the possibility to go on beyond this level is great.
Absolutely. Nothing better than high school hoops in the month of March. And we've got a good game going on here. Loretto up by 5, 39-34. Both of these teams looking for their first state title in boys basketball. This is the first trip to the state tournament for Douglas in their school's history.
It's big, and you can see both of these teams are out here competing just like it's this first state championship in their history. Everybody wants to go down in history. Everybody wants to be a part of that team that the town is going to always remember.
That inbounds pass by Hallmark, taken away by Douglas. Buford from deep again. This one's going to be short. And the 13th rebound for Jacob James. Nice pass. Surratt able to finish.
Excellent press break by Loretto. The ball hit the floor twice, max. Get the ball up, big guy, head up, finds his bigger guy under the basket, easy lay-in.
Weathers now has 3 assists, and that's the first field goal in almost 3 minutes for Loretto. Rebound McBee.
Exactly what Loretto has to do to maintain control of the game. One shot, box out, and rebound.
Weathers from deep. Short. Would have been a nice play for a shot fake right there from Weathers. Decided on the 25-footer, and a nice dish by Jordan Smith, and a nice finish by Newbeck at the rim.
Loretto has to gather themselves either by timeout or some means, because right now you can see the tongue starting to drag. These guys from Douglas are lathered up. They're ready to go. They have about a half a game in them, so they're ready to play. Loretto has a full game.
Another quick trigger from Weathers. He misses, but Surratt with a rebound. Big guy brings the ball down. We got a foul call. And here's a second look at that breakout from Loretto, just like you draw it up. The outlet drill, if you will, to start practice. Remember that from high school days.
Beautiful basketball.
This will be the second foul on Crawford, 16th foul on Douglas. And let's send it on over to Madison Blevins.
Well, we heard both teams at half talk about how rebounding is going to win this game, and Coach Tibbs was just talking to his team, and he was asking them if they were tired. He said, guys, we're not being as aggressive crashing the boards as we were in the first half. Well, his team is still out rebounding them 41-16, but he wasn't satisfied with that, Jake.
The big fella, Kirkland Surratt, finishes a beautiful bounce pass from McBee. And that's going to be the 3rd foul against Jordan Smith, and the 17th foul against the Red Devils.
Right then, Loretto caught Douglas out of position, caught their point guard creeping down there in the big man's land, and unfortunately caught the foul.
Lead back to 8 for the Mustangs. Buford drives baseline, hangs in the air, takes a hard fall, no foul call. And Buford slow to get up, he's not getting up. Loretto back in transition, and a foul called on the other end. And Antavius Buford is shaken up on the Douglas end of the floor.
What a great show of sportsmanship by Surratt, going down to check on the opposing player.
Yeah, Buford had a nice drive baseline. Looks like his legs got taken out from underneath him. And we get a second look here. See the drive. Yeah, just the body of Surratt. The hip, really.
He's a big kid. Surratt must weigh close to 260, 270. And anytime you crash into a wall, you're going to go down.
Foul will be called on Crawford
was able to get up
of Douglas. And see there, Antavius Buford, the junior, just 5'9", going up against the 6'7". Kirkland Surratt. Hopefully he's just shaken up and he'll check back in for the Red Devils. Meanwhile, Ryan Weathers will step to the line for 2 to try and get the lead back to double digits for Loretto. Short on the first free throw, and that is the first free throw missed this afternoon by the Mustangs.
Front rim, telltale sign of legs going away. You have to make sure you get your full body into the shot, pushing up, and make sure it gets past the rim.
Loretto back to a box and 1 this time. Going one-on-one, Michael James. It's been really quiet this game for Douglas.
Looks like Douglas is trying to stick to their coach's game plan, get the ball inside, play inside, outside, and free up a few more shots, as he mentioned to us coming out of the half.
Definitely have seen the pace of Douglas really slow down here in the second half in terms of volume of shots.
After they'd seen their shot wasn't falling as they wanted to, they know they had to play a different style of game. And now we're seeing the change of style, and the patience is there.
Step back jumper short. Rebound by Hallmark. Here comes the big fella Surratt in transition. Gonna take it himself, goes up with the right hand. Smooth move, Mr. Surratt.
With that big body barreling down on you, there's not a lot a high school kid can do.
And he gets the block on the other end, but a foul is going to be called. Nice pass from Smith. And the Lawrence County faithful has made the drive from the Tennessee-Alabama border, voicing their displeasure. But a second look at Kirkland Surratt, gliding through the lane and finishing smooth with the right hand. It's going to be the third foul on the big fella. But an 11-point lead for Loretto.
I think Crawford thought about taking that charge, but I think he wants to continue the rest of the game. So
that's right.
Made the right decision there.
James checks back in. Business decision, if you will.
Definitely. Executive.
Neubeck sinks a pair. He's got 8. Here comes Amari Young, the sophomore, far sideline. Loses it out of bounds. Actually got an offensive foul called against Young. And Greg Tipp's not very happy on the Mustang sideline.
Tough call there. Douglas seemed to initiate the contact, maybe even an extension of an arm, dislodges the player, and he still gets hit with the foul.
Here's a second look. Certainly looks like Jordan Smith bumped into Young, created the contact, but Aaron Denton, in his 13th year officiating, working his first state championship game, made the call. Let's look at the turnovers in the first half compared to the third quarter. Jumper from the top of the key. No good, but this foul is going to be charged to Jacob Hallmark on the rebound. Fifteen foul against Loretto. That'll be the second against Hallmark.
Douglas has put a little bit more size on the floor right now to try to eat up some of those rebounds and get some second chance opportunities. And Loretto goes back and answers with putting Big Surratt back in.
Surratt, one of 4 Mustangs in double figures. He's got 11, along with Ryan Weathers. McBee has 13, and Jacob James has added 10. Buford drives, hangs, misses, and we're going to have a foul called against Douglas. So good to see Antavius Buford back on the hardwood after taking a nasty fall a couple minutes ago. And that's going to be the second foul against Neubeck.
Excellent box out by James, Loretto's James. Holding the more athletic player, draws the foul, and two free throws. 1 and 1 maybe.
19 fouls against Douglas. So Jacob James will step to the line for freebies. And the lefty rims out the first. Here come the Red Devils. Smith, fouled. And a hard foul by Ryan Weathers. Looked like Weathers kind of lost his edge as Smith went barreling by. And we'll get a second look.
Right now, Douglas is attacking Loretto before they get a chance to get their zone set up. They're getting back a little bit slower in transition. They're able to push the ball down with the quickness of Smith and attack the basket just like that.
His first foul on Weathers. It's going to be the 16th foul against Loretto. Jordan Smith, the leading scorer so far today for the Red Devils. Looking for his 10th point. He's got it. So a line change in for Douglas as the 2 big bodies for Loretto, Surratt and Ryan Weathers, will take a seat.
Looks like Coach tried to put in a few more ball handlers, take the big guys out to try to maintain their lead going with his press.
Smith knocks down a pair. He's got 11. He leads the scoring for Douglas. 1:18 to go. More pressure from the Red Devils. They trail by 7.
At this point right now, Loretto just has to relax, run their offense. They don't have to attack. They don't have to score. Douglas has to come out and beat them from here on in.
McBee drives. Swatted away, but Johnny on the spot is Jacob James. He's got a dozen.
And 14 rebounds to go along with that dozen. He's been there all night for him.
Smith Hangs in the air. Back to a 7-point game. 40 seconds to go. McBee, sideline, might have got away with a walk.
Even though Loretto has their lead right now, this pace favors Douglas going down the stretch. They have a lot of athletes. They have a lot of guys that have been on the bench and a lot of energy ready to use.
Toby Glass is checked in for the Mustangs now with 20. McBee checked by Buford. Now James on the baseline. Hallmark drives. McBee from way downtown. Short. The Glass with a rebound. Finds Hallmark. 3 on the clock. McBee's got to heave it. And it's short. So we head to the fourth quarter here in the Division I Class A final here at the Glass House, and it could be a classic. Loretto leads 49-42. Final 8 coming up right here on the NFHS Network.
We're here.
Woo! Right here.
We're here. Hi, sweetie.
There's Jack.
We're so happy you're here.
Being here matters. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield has thousands of people right here in Tennessee serving millions of members.
If you need anything else, we'll be right here.
So when it matters, wherever you go, we'll always be right here.
Man alive.
It's time to go back to the 80s.
It's about the music, giant hair, and glitter cannons.
Oh, God. It's time for the Goldbergs.
Monday at 6 on CW58.
Get ready for the Goldbergs every weeknight.
Weeknights at 6 on CW58.
Well, welcome back to the Murphy Center. I'm here with Fulton's head coach, Jody Wright. They are playing in the AA state championship game next. Coach, your team made it here. You're competing for a state title, but it hasn't been easy. You won in double overtime yesterday. What does that say about this team's fight?
You know, a lot of toughness. I tell you, it's games that in this stage, they're tough to win. And to gut it out, playing 6 guys, double overtime, says a lot about our toughness and our heart.
What is your team going to have to do to beat Hamilton next game?
You know, we can't give them extras. We can't give them offensive rebounds. We can't turn it over. They are an extremely talented team. Winning on Saturday night, it's never easy. You got to play good.
All right, Coach, congratulations and good luck. Jake.
Thanks, Coach. And that game coming up next right here on the NFHS Network. Knoxville Fulton taking on Hamilton after the trophy ceremony of this game. And that's going to be an offensive foul on McBee. He's got 3 fouls. And that's going to be the 7th foul against Loretto. And a 3-ball from the corner to start the fourth quarter from Devin Payne.
True to their coach's words, he comes out full of confidence, ready to shoot, as if they shot the ball well all game.
4-point game, another turnover. Smith finds Payne. Buford for 3. 1-point game. And here come the Red Devils.
Here is the helter-skelter style that favors Douglas. If Loretto doesn't get in control of what they're doing, Douglas will have their way for the rest of the game.
It's a 1-point game, 7:26 to go in the fourth. Loretto leads by 1, but here come the Red Devils. Don't go anywhere.
Doing great. I'm right here.
No te preocupes, aquí estoy.
Hey, Dad. I'm here.
I'm right here.
Being here matters. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield has thousands of people right here in Tennessee serving millions of members.
And if you need anything else, we'll be right here.
So when it matters, wherever you go, we'll always be right here.
Hey guys, with Regions Lock It, if my Regions credit, check card, or now prepaid card gets lost or stolen, or if I suspect unauthorized use, or even fraud, I can totally lock my card for online, in-store, or ATM transactions. And unlocking is just as easy. Regions Lock It is the GOAT. Get it? Greatest of all time.
Real funny, Tom.
Open a Regions checking, credit, or Now Card account with new Lock It. It's secure, easy to use, and customizable.
You served. You sacrificed. You've shown your love for your country. And at South College, we want to show our gratitude by helping you get the quality education you deserve. Programs are offered both online and on campus. Visit southcollegetn.edu to learn more about our programs for veterans, like the Yellow Ribbon Program and our military grant, so you can share in the American dream that you fought so hard to protect. South College, where dreams find direction.
Back-to-back 3 balls for Douglas, and the Red Devils are right back in it. They trail by 1 first. See there, Antavius Buford from deep off the screen, pure. And Devin Payne before that in the corner. And we've got a 1-point game.
Douglas is right where they want to be. Trailed the whole game. Now the pressure is on Loretto to come back and silence the crowd. Right now, all momentum is in Douglas's favor, and we'll see how Loretto responds.
Douglas just 15 of 50 from the floor, 6 of 24 from deep. But they've been able to keep it close thanks to forcing 19 turnovers.
Douglas showing a 1-3-1 full court press.
McBee with the dime off the hands of Surratt. That's turnover number 20 for the Mustangs. In the fourth quarter yesterday was the big quarter for Douglas. They outscored North Green 25-7. They wear teams down. They've been doing it all season. And that's led to a 30-game win streak. Weathers takes it himself, goes up, counts the bucket. Ryan Weathers with a response.
Excellent fake, contact to the face. Good job.
That's the 4th foul against Jordan Smith, the leading scorer for the Red Devils.
Weathers a true leader for this Loretto team. Anytime they need an answer, anytime that the coach is looking for a spark, Weathers the guy that provides it.
Loretto now shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way with 6:48 to go. Drive by Smith, loses it on the way up, and a big rebound by Surratt. Baseball pass. Weathers loses it, goes up with the left hand. Are you kidding me?
Very nice play there by Weathers. Lost the ball, had the presence of mind to find it, put it in.
I don't think I've ever seen a play like that, ever. Loses it, catches it after the bobble, after the deflection.
He gets the score and the assist.
Payne for 3, short. Big offensive rebound, can't go for Nico Cooper.
Nico's a big body for them, gets rebounds, has to finish that going down the stretch.
Hasn't seen a lot of playing time. So far, just 10 minutes the last 2 games. But he's a big body, and you're right. He's got to get those rebounds and finish at the rim. Just under 6 to go. Loretto up 54-48. Surratt back in the post. Feed the big fella.
Good job. Triangle offense. Get the ball into the big guy. Rotation, the guards on him. Too easy.
Surratt's got 13. He's been efficient, too. 6 of 9 from the floor. 7-0 Loretto run. Buford, 3 ball, in and out. B thought about it. Now he's going to pull the trigger from deep. Miss. James with the rebound. James gets his own rebound. That's going to be a foul against... No foul against Loretto. Douglas will maintain possession. Jacob James, rebounding machine, 17 boards.
I'm sure Coach would have liked to see them milk a little bit more time off that possession. As we see here, Douglas is trying to extend the game. So if they would have kept the ball there, extended it a little bit more and taken a better shot, then Coach would have been a little more happy.
Payne drives. Layup was shorted by Washington. Possession will stay with the Red Devils. 5:07 to go here in the fourth.
Loretto's in the packed in zone, allowing shots from the outside.
Another deep three, well short. Weathers on the run out. Euro step, finishes with the left hand. The ace, smooth around the rim.
Weathers is a very deceptive athlete. Looks to be a heavy body, but very nimble, very agile as he's driving the ball.
And here's a second look of the run out for Ryan Weathers.
Euro step back to the same side, James Harden.
The big fella's got 18. 7 of 15 from the floor, considering he was just 1 of 7 in the first quarter.
And that's the thing you want to see out of a championship athlete. Somebody that never gives up. You start out bad, you come out, you never give up, and that's being a state champion in baseball. That's having 6 or 7 guys off your basketball team that has been there in the baseball championship, being down and having to fight back. Credit to those guys.
Jump ball in the corner, and the Red Devils will take over with 4:43. 9-0 run for Loretto. The last 2:10 as Surratt got a foot on the ball.
Newbeck needs to look to raise up and shoot that jump shot. Surratt is playing with such a cushion that he has the ability to shoot it if he just would. He's trying to attack the basket, and that's where the turnover is coming from.
3 ball on the way from James, short. Another 3 put up. This one's too strong. And that's going to be a foul on Devin Payne.
Good job by Loretto. Long offensive rebound, getting his hands to it, limited into 1 shot. Exactly what they need for the last 4.5 minutes to walk out of here champions.
Devin Payne going to be charged with his second foul. And the sophomore, Amari Young, sinks the first. 11-point lead for the Mustangs. As Jacob James checks back in. Hobbling a little bit there. And you see there, second look, took a knee right to the thigh inadvertently. That stings.
Too much is on the line to stay out so long, though. He's right back in the game, ready to help his teammates.
James misses. Douglas gets the rebound. The putback rolls in. It's Martico Washington.
Extra effort by Washington there. Wheeled the ball to go in.
And that's going to snap a scoring drought of just over 3 minutes, and another turnover this time. A 5-second inbound violation. 59-50. 23 turnovers for the Mustangs. Buford drives, left hand. A lot of contact. No call. Weathers stripped by Smith. Smith at the other end, cuts through 2 defenders and finishes.
The quickness of Smith is unbelievable. He's able to steal the ball on one end, split 2 defenders, and then he's ready to go back for more. Their energy level is...
Hey, let's take a second look. The strip on one end of Ryan Weathers, and Jordan Smith going the other way, taking the contact and finishing with the left hand. As Buford's going to be called for his 3rd foul. And Kirkland Surratt, the senior, will head to the line. He's got 13 tonight. He had 15 points in the semifinal against Monterey. Rolls home the first. At 12, it's Cambridge Academy in the quarters. And he's had himself a heck of a tournament. I think he's probably played his way to the all-tournament team. Knocks down the pair.
They are. Loretto's able to move their guys back from the free throw line when they're shooting. They're able to buy a little bit of time and get a little bit more energy to make the push down the home stretch.
9-point game. White drives. He draws the foul. Be interesting to see who this goes against. It's going to go against Surratt. That is his 4th.
It is good call right there. Surratt, if he would have had his hands extended to the ceiling like he did in the first quarter, no foul. But there, his hands were out. Good call.
So not quite completely vertical. First free throw rims out. So now Coach Tips has some decisions to make, and Surratt will take a seat in favor of the ball handler. Toby Glass, a sophomore, 6'2". Has not scored today, has not even put up a shot yet.
That's only Douglas' second miss at the free throw line this evening.
And there's the 3rd, but a big offensive rebound from Washington.
Second chance opportunities. Going down the
Gotta have better shot selection than that. And that's gonna be a foul called against Jock Newbeck. And the Memphis faithful thought it was a clean swipe. That's going to be the 3rd against Newbeck. Offensive rebound by Hallmark. Ooh. Looked like a clean swipe.
The Memphis faithful may be correct.
Clean swipe from here.
Both sides, front and back.
Losing my voice here. It's only been one game, but it's been exciting. Back and forth. An absolute track meet. And no legs on that one from Jacob Hallmark.
These referees are under pressure just like these kids. You know, everybody's here watching the game. They're also watching the refs to see if you make the right call, to see what call it is, or if you're going to make the wrong call. So,
Jason Deering, Roger Page, Aaron Denton, our officials tonight. Roger Page, 41 years officiating, his first state championship game.
It's got to feel good.
Smith hangs, tip won't go for Douglas, and here come the Mustangs. Weathers pushing, dribbles off his leg. Here comes Buford. Pull up 3. In and out. And Tavius Buford pulling from everywhere. Now James for 3. Well short.
They're definitely not shy about putting it up, but at this point right now, you have to try to find that spark where you can get back into the game.
Weathers drives. And scores. 12-point lead for Loretto. Here comes Smith. He gets tangled up in a jump ball.
Difficulty going 1-on-2, 1-on-3.
Second look. Ryan Weathers splits the defenders. Nice touch with the left hand.
Not the most explosive athlete, but has enough strength to able to wheel the ball over the defenders. Good job, Mr. Weathers.
You hear that? That's Lawrence County. Loretto up by a dozen, 64-52, 2:27 to go here at the Murphy Center. Loretto working on their first state title in boys basketball. The 12-point lead matches their largest lead so far today, and Douglas has got to figure out some answers quickly. We've seen them score in bunches. That's been their MO all season long. A lot of that coming from forcing turnovers. They forced 25 turnovers today. That's right. Loretto has 25 turnovers, but they have a 12-point lead. When's the last time that's happened in any game? And let's take a look at the action from this championship weekend. See there, Memphis East came away with a big 3A title over Whitehaven earlier, 72-50, sending Penny Hardaway off in style.
Maybe the last chance we have to see the great Penny Hardaway coach on this level.
Fulton and Hamilton coming up next right here on the NFHS network, but not before this one is over, and it's been fun.
With 2:27, Douglas faces Loretto with their largest lead of the night. They're going to have to do something to change this pace and this tempo and get a few extra buckets and a few stops.
Close to another 5-second call. Loretto has 25 turnovers, but Douglas has only scored 20 points off those 25 turnovers. Yesterday in the first half, they had 24 points off turnovers against North Green, and that's going to be another foul, and that's a huge fifth. No, excuse me. Yes, that is going to be the 5th foul against Jordan Smith. He is the engine of this Douglas offense, and he fouls out. 15 points, 5 of 15 from the floor.
That's really going to have a tremendous effect on this Douglas team, because right now what's happening, you're trading out a true point guard for a true shooter. And he doesn't look to get to the basket. And who will be the person? I think he'll hand it over to Buford to see if he can also attack the basket, but Buford's also a shooter. So you have to have some inside-out rhythm to even get an open shot. So we'll see how that works.
Young splits the pair. Another 3-ball on the way in the corner. This time it's Payne, and it's good. 10-point lead. Loretto having trouble getting the ball in. Finally, James comes away with it, and a foul. Loretto not really running the baseline after made buckets. Certainly would be an advantage against that full court press. And two shots.
Douglas plays such an aggressive style, you can almost call 1 or 2 fouls on every possession. They're putting their hands in there, they're holding you at the waist, they're pushing you, trying to get some advantage.
Yeah, we said that earlier, with that much depth on the bench. They're cycling guys in and out to have that pressure defense. They're okay fouling.
Yeah, they're fine. Fouling out, nobody got upset that their starting point guard went out. Everybody goes on business as usual.
Young knocks down both. Back to a 12-point lead for Loretto. Here comes Buford. Looking for another 3. Payne will take it. In and out. Batted around, and another rebound for Jacob James. Ryan up ahead to McBee, and McBee scores. And that might do it.
The thing that makes this Loretto team so good is that everybody knows their role. Nobody tries to do things that they know that they shouldn't. Like, could have busted out with the dribble right here. Found Withers, who's a better ball handler, better passer, and Withers takes it down and finds the open man. Great lead pass, easy basket.
Weathers picks up his 4th assist as Buford knocks down another 3. An 11-point game. The 14-point lead was the largest for Loretto. 61 rebounds for the Mustangs. Not quite a state record. Unbelievable.
A lot of attempts.
No kidding. 35 attempts from deep for Douglas as Ryan Weathers drives, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. 1:06 on the clock for the Mustangs. 1:06 away from their first state title in boys basketball.
Douglas is definitely quicker than Loretto, but right now Loretto is absolutely dominating them with strength. Weathers is not the fastest guy on the court, but he's getting anywhere that he wants to go.
Weathers has 21. Hard to imagine with the slow start that he had. He's now 8 of 16 from the floor.
It is. It makes you wonder if he would have started out a little quicker, would the game even be close?
3-ball from James on the way, short. Rebound by McBee. We are under a minute away. Ball lost out of bounds. We'll go back to Douglas. James pushing, Payne in the corner. Got it. Devin Payne knocks down his 4th 3-pointer. 4 of 15 from behind the line, but may not be enough as the Red Devils trail by 10, 71-61 in favor of Loretto. 42.8 to go here in Murfreesboro. All right, and let's take a look at our move of the game. Brian Weathers on the run out. Deflected by Buford. Weathers stayed with it, finished easy with the left hand.
The beauty of that play, it's all in the same motion, as if he meant to do it, as if it was planned.
Yeah, never broke stride.
And sometimes when you're going to go out as a champion, things just go your way.
Blue Cross move of the game brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. 42.8 to go. Ryan Weathers and his fellow Mustangs working on the school's third state title, second state title in less than a year. Loretto won the Class A baseball state title in 2017, last summer. 3 players on this basketball team were on that squad. Ryan Weathers, of course, Jacob James, Jacob Hallmark, all 3 starters. That kind of night.
Yeah, going down the stretch, you have to make sure that they knock these free throws down. 42.8 left. Start missing a few free throws. Doubt starts to creep in. Got to stay confident to finish this one off.
73-61, Buford for 3. Well off. Rebound by Payne. He's going to pull the trigger. He got it. Payne has 17. And another timeout called by Douglas with 32.7 to go. Mentioned that third state title for Loretto. And way back in the 50s in girls basketball. 1958, that was.
Douglas is not yet ready to concede the victory. Still very much in it. 32 seconds left. Coach is just as intense as ever, trying to get the most out of his young guys.
Nine-point lead for the Mustangs. A little more than 32 seconds left. Coming up, the Blue Cross AA title game. Fulton taking on Hamilton. Took a couple of overtimes for Fulton to get the semifinal win yesterday. An absolute thriller. And that foul is going to be 90 feet away from the bucket.
Douglas is going to have to be smart about who they're fouling right now. I mean, Mr. Weathers has shown that he can knock it down. You're going to have to put some pressure on the guys that can make it and let somebody else come up and help the ball, bring the ball across half.
Yeah, Loretto's 18 of 23 from the free throw stripe. Weathers is 6 of 7. 7 of 8. Mentioned the rebounding totals. For Loretto, they now have 62. The state record for most defensive rebounds was Oak Ridge. Buford knocks down a 3. And another timeout called, 74-67. Douglas still hanging around a little bit. He said they score in bunches. Payne's got the ability to knock down threes. Buford does too. They've knocked down 10 of them between the two.
And it's not unfathomable that they come back. I mean, down 7 with the three-point line. Pressure, the pressure that they exert on the other team. Into the game, kind of nervous. Looking forward to the win. What happens?
Both of these teams came in with really impressive winning streaks. Douglas had a 30-game winning streak coming into this game. Their last loss came back on December 1st against Cordova. A win here today for Loretto. It'll be win number 15 in a row.
That's big, especially for these coaches to see their teams gelling and coming together down the stretch. You know, as a coach, that's what you're looking for. It doesn't really matter how you start the season off. It's how you finish. And both of these teams with a 30 and a 15 win streak, that's good.
Loretto last loss in January, almost 2 months ago to Collinwood. Ryan Weathers being hounded. Mustangs finally get the ball across half court, but McBee loses it. Knocked out of bounds by Douglas, and with 15.9 to go.
McBee tried to go behind his back and didn't realize that the Douglas defender was trailing him. So he has to make sure that he makes plays in front where he can keep the ball in front.
Loretto throws it away, 11.5 to go in this one, 27 turnovers.
If Douglas can score here, it gets really interesting. Quick foul.
Another three ball on the way for Payne. It's short. Gets his own rebound, puts it up in the corner. Lawrence County, stand up. The Loretto Mustangs, the Division I Class A 2018 state champions.
A very hard-fought game by both squads. Unfortunately, there has to be a winner, and Loretto played an excellent game to be that winner.
Coach Greg Tipps left his job as the girls basketball coach of Dixon County to join this Loretto squad because he knew that this team was special. And special they were. State champions, Division I Class A state champions. Their fourth tournament appearance. Third in the last 4 years. In the last year, 2015 as well. Before that, they hadn't made it since 1942. And three of these guys for the Mustangs, Jacob Hallmark, Ryan Weathers, and Jacob James, have two of the school's 3 state titles in any sport. Those guys are going to be legends in Lawrence County forever. Weathers led the way with 25 points. And let's throw it over to Madison Blevins, who's with head coach Greg Tipps.
Coach, your team had 63 rebounds this game. What does that say about this team's effort and grit?
It's been there all year, you know. Wow, I don't think I know. I've never had a team that's rebounded the ball like that. Listen to the game plan, and we got good players, and just gutted it out.
Listen to this place. You just brought this program their first ever state championship game. What does this team have that separates them from the others?
They got talent, number one. Great families. These kids have been raised right. They listen. You know, they got the whole package, state champions.
Coach, congratulations. Enjoy it. Jake.
Thank you, Madison, and congrats to Coach Tipps and the Loretto Mustangs. They are Division I Class A state champions for the first time in their school's history. They beat Douglas 74-67 here in the Murphy Center. Come back. We've got some hardware to hand out here at the Glass House.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir.
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Loretto has knocked off Douglas 74-67 in the Division I Class A final. And for the trophies presentation, let's send it over to public address announcer John Rice.
And from Loretto, Will McBee, all tournament selection. And from Douglas, Martika Washington. Congratulations, Martika Washington, all-tournament team member. And from Loretto, Kirkland Surratt. And from Douglas, Antavius Buford. Congratulations, Antavius. You're a member of the All-State team for 2018. And from Loretto, Ryan Weathers. And from Loretto, Jacob James, member of the all-tournament team for Class A 2018. And now your Tennessee Dairy Farm Family's MVP award, Ryan Weathers from Loretto High School. The MVP of the 2018 tournament. Congratulations, Ryan Weathers. And as our athletes return to their seat, let's raise your hand and glass to the Tennessee Dairy Farm Family's all-tournament team and MVP Ryan Weathers. Congratulations. And the Spirit Award goes to the cheerleading squad that has demonstrated outstanding sportsmanship during our tournament here all week. The Spirit Award goes to the Douglas High School cheerleaders, the Red Devil cheerleaders, getting it done all week long. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Douglas High School. And the presentation of the runner-up coach's plaque, head coach Gregory Williams from Douglas High School. The Red Devils finished 32-2 under his leadership. Great job all season long, head coach Gregory Williams. And the runner-up team, the Red Devils from Douglas High School. A great season this year. How about it, fans? 32-2. And the presentation of the champion coach's plaque and Wilson game ball, head coach Greg Tips from Loretto High School, a state champion in 2018. There he is. And now we have one thing left. It's a gold ball headed to Loretto High School.
2018 Division I Class A state champs. They knock off Douglas 74-67. Congratulations to Coach Greg Tips and the Mustangs. And a special thanks to our producer and directors, David Dowd and Skip McMillan, and everybody, the guys and girls in the truck that made this broadcast possible. The AA game coming up next on the NFHS Network. You are watching the Blue Cross Basketball Championships on the NFHS Network. For Vincent Yarbrough and Madison Blevins, I'm Jake Rowe saying so long from Murfreesboro.